Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to explain you a chapter spectrum. Okay, in spectrum, some of the topics like deviation of a light ray from a prism. This deviation of deviation of a light ray by a prism. Okay, deviation of a light ray by a prism. So you have seen in previous chapter that if a prism is there, here this is prism angle A, if a light ray is incidenting on it, then its initial direction was this one, so it has suffered some deviation. Here at this time it is normal drawn, and now at this point also there is a normal drawn. Okay, so here this is delta 2 and this one is delta 1. So at point A, P and Q, at this point P, once this incidenting ray has deviated by some angle delta 1, at this point Q it has again deviated by some angle delta 2. So the final deviation or total deviation is this one, which is delta. We have done this one even, but once again here in the spectrum we required this type of deviation. That's why you will have derived it in previous chapter that delta is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2. This is the total deviation suffered by a light ray when it has passed through the prism. Now if this is the angle of incidence at first surface I1 and this is the angle of emergence I2, and here this is angle R1 with R1 and this is angle R2, then it was just equal to I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2. You can remember it now, or I1 plus I2 minus angle A. A was R1 plus R2. Okay, so this was the total deviation. From here it is quite obvious that the deviation of a light ray when it is passing through the prism depends on angle of incidence at the first surface I1, okay, as well as what? Prism angle. So here dependency of deviation of a light ray from or through a prism when it is passing through a prism depends on angle of incidence at the first surface, and what is A? A is the prism angle. Now by Snell's law we have seen for this minimum deviation is equal to, for this minimum deviation I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I left, and R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R. This is also left. So this is 2I minus A. This implies that I is equal to this minimum deviation plus A by 2. This is your angle of incidence at this first surface for minimum deviation. So this deviation depends on angle of incidence at first surface and prism angle. By Snell's law, and here R is equal to what? Since A is equal to R1 plus R2, as you know, therefore here 2R is equal to A. It implies that R is equal to A by 2. Okay, R is equal to A by 2. Is it visible? Let me check. Yes, now you can see this R is equal to A by 2 and I is equal to delta minimum plus A by 2. Now just see, at this point if we apply Snell's law, so by Snell's law this sine I1 is I, so sine I upon sine R, this R1 is R, so this will be refractive index of this prism upon refractive index of this air. here refractive index of the medium means glass plate upon refractive index of air. So this is refractive index of glass only, since refractive index of air is 1. Therefore, this is sin I upon sin R. Now it implies that at the place of I, this one, at the place of R you can put this one. So sin at the place of I, delta minimum plus A by 2 upon sin A by 2. This should be mu. Now see, now since this angle, A prism angle is very small, delta minimum, this is also very small, okay, and A is again very small. Therefore, if theta is very less, implies that sin theta is equal to theta. Therefore, applying this approximation, here what can you write after this one? This delta minimum plus A by 2 total upon A by 2 should be equal to mu. 2 to cancel out. This implies that this delta minimum plus A is equal to mu into A. It implies that delta minimum is equal to mu A minus A, and now if you will take common A as A, so mu minus 1 into A. This is your minimum deviation. Now see, this deviation, I can mark it. This minimum deviation depends on this refractive index as well. From this relation, it is obvious that it is obvious that this minimum deviation depends on refractive index as well. But we know that refractive index is C by V, means speed of light in air to the speed of light in medium. That's why here this is F lambda, lambda in air upon F lambda in medium. This has cancelled out, so lambda in air upon lambda in medium. Now this is mu. So see, this mu, since deviation depends on mu and mu depends on wavelength, that is color of light. That's why for different wavelength or different color of light, mu will be different and it will vary inversely proportional to the wavelength. Okay, so for maximum wavelength, this mu will be minimum. Thus, delta means the deviation of that light ray will be minimum. So, if lambda is maximum, so mu will be minimum. It implies that delta minimum deviation is here minimum. This deviation of light ray will be minimum deviation for maximum wavelength, and for minimum wavelength light ray, this deviation will be maximum. This delta minimum will be maximum. Okay. Now, for example, when a light ray will incident on a prism, just see, when the white light will be incidenting on the prism, since white light has 7 colors, pure, as you know, violet, indigo, okay, pure, I am going to show you here. So, this light ray will deviate its initial direction. Now, one light will deviate like this and another light ray will deviate like this. Okay. Now see, for this light ray, this much deviation, or here you can see this much deviation, and for this light ray, this much deviation is there. So this deviation is maximum. It is clear that if deviation is maximum, then this wavelength for this light ray will be minimum. that is V, violet. Okay, and this is for red. Since the wavelength of red is greater than wavelength of violet. So since red has maximum wavelength, that's why its deviation is minimum. So this is the deviation for red light and this is the deviation for violet. And for all other colors, it will deviate like this. Big view 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. In this way, and this is your prism angle. In this way it is obvious that different colors has deviated by different angle. Okay, since angle of deviation depends on wavelength or colors of light as well. Okay, so conclusion is that when a light ray is passes through the prism, it suffers some deviation, and this deviation depends upon the angle of incidence at the first surface, that is I, prism angle, and different colors or different wavelength of the light ray. In other words, refractive index of the prism. Okay. In this way, when the white light is incidenting on a prism, then it is split into its constituent colors, and these colors are in the form of vibgyor: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So next topic is dispersion of light. What is dispersion of light? So dispersion of light is the phenomena of splitting the light into its constituent colors when it passes through a prism. Right? In this way you can write the definition of dispersion, that the phenomena of splitting of white light by a prism into its constituent colors is known as dispersion. Right? So it is obvious, you can solve like this. I have done a derivation, mathematical derivation, and it shows that this derivation depends on angle of incidence, prism angle and refractive index of the prism, or colors of the light ray, or colors of wavelength of different light. Now cause of dispersion. And what's about spectrum? What is spectrum? The name of chapter is spectrum. What is spectrum? So it is seen that when a white light is passing through a prism, it is split into a band of colors. So this band of colors seen on a screen when it passes through a prism, a white light is passes through prism. So this band of colors is said to be a spectrum of light. Okay, and what is cause of dispersion? What is cause of dispersion? Since you know that refractive index mu is equal to C by V. So C is the speed of light in air or vacuum, V is the speed of light in medium, and if this speed of light in medium will be different, then this mu will be different, and if mu will be different, this deviation will be different. Since this V also depends on, this is equal to F lambda in air upon F lambda in medium. This velocity of the light ray depends on its color. So different colors will have different speed into the medium, into the same medium. Okay. So this mu is same for this prism, while this will vary according to wavelength. Means different wavelength, then this magnitude will be different, and hence velocity will be different. Means different colors have different wavelength. That's why they will travel with different velocity through this, or different speed through this prism, and hence they will suffer different deviation. Due to suffering different deviation, they will split into the constituent colors. So this is the cause of the dispersion. In conclusion, Cause of dispersion is different velocity of different colors or different wavelength of the light through when it passes through the prism is the main cause of dispersion of a light. Thank you so much.